Good morning and welcome, worthy friends, to the hangar at Oaks Park, where today we're here for Hometown Throwdown, the awesome tournament here. First game is between In the Black arch rival from St. Louis and, of course, Axels of Annihilation from right here in Portland. We're going to go down the rosters real quick. Like I said, In the Black, 1057 Shira Prowers, 15 Bolt Action, 1853 Vicious Van Gogh, 1900 is Cloak and Drag Her, 32 is She Kill O'Neill, 48 Bricktator, 567 Splatter, 6080 Dad Bod, 618 Cruella, 68 Swanson, 6718 Lux Furious, 810 is Kay Woodward, 89 is Hart, 904 Aaron Go Brawl, 911 Pork Chop Slamwich. And that's the arch rival All-Stars. And I'll get to AOA after this first jam. We're getting started here this morning. Much excited to get started here. So it looks like we'll have Swanson and Lil Regulator as our first jammers this morning. And Regulator around the outside was a nice job there by Habanero Romero, seal off the side. Great job by Arch to recover the penalty. 810, that's Kay Woodward headed to the penalty box for Arch. Meanwhile, both defenses doing a great job locking down here at top of turn one. And with that, Swanson makes it through to take lead jammer now for arch rival in this first jam of the morning. It's like a forearm been called on 1057 Shira Powers. So Arch one skater down in the penalty box once again. Nice drive out there by Lily Pate from AOA. And Little Regulator now through on the initial pass. And there's your call off. So that's our one jam, first jam. And I see 4 points. So 4 points to Arch rival. All right, real quickly in the white. Rose City, Axels of Annihilation. Number 128 is Carl. 22, Habanero Romero. 241, Lily Pate. 316, Evangelical. 343 is Trinity. We'll get back to it. This time it looks like we have Evangelical for the Axels of Annihilation. And Vicious Van Gogh will be our jammer now for Arch. Some really awesome defense, both teams here. Big Bang Fury and company over there holding back Vicious Van Gogh. And Arch doing a great job here. Dad Bod and Bolt Action as well. Holding Evangelical right here at the pivot line. And looks like Vicious Van Gogh now through as your lead jammer for Arch. Oh, and a big try there. Brute with a nice knockout. Looks like Gaffney and company there, maybe Swagatha on the defense for AOA, and a nice run back here on Evangelical. There's the call off. And spring roll now at Bricktator are our jammers. Looks like spring roll working the outside end. Takes lead jammer now for the Axels of Annihilation. Wow, spring roll quickly through, taking points now for AOA. And Bricktator now through as well on the initial pass for Arch. Spring roll engaging the pack. Oh, and Bricktator with a nice move, making it through the pack, scoring the points for Arch rival. And there's the call off. And 7 on that jam for spring roll, bringing the score now, Axels of Annihilation 7 and Arch rival 10. With 3 jams under our belt here. To welcome everyone from around the world watching on the internet. Be kind of a different call for you folks at home, because I'm talking to the house as well. And it looks like Swanson for Arch rival and Trinity are our jammers here. Penalty box is clear, our Laughing Planet penalty box. And just like that, Swanson is your lead jammer now for Arch rival. Trinity now through as well, just about a half a track behind. And Swanson working there, a nice block out by Habanero Romero and a call off. Okay, let's get back to that roster now for the Axels of Annihilation. Number 360 is Big Bang Fury, 37 Swagatha, 39 Gaffney, 426 is Ripley, 48 is Brute, 651 Gray's Lobotomy, 700 Spring Roll, 79 is Little Regulator, 88 Darth Molly, and 925 is Dez. And our Laughing penalty box empty once again. Full strength teams here. Darth Molly and Hart are our jammers. Hart working now against the... Oh, and Hart, no pass, no penalty on that. Oh, Hart is not our lead jammer. They did make it through. Darth Molly still has the opportunity. And there it is, Darth Molly now your lead jammer. And Hart making it through. Darth Molly being slowed down on the backstretch there, 1900. Cloak and Dragger Draggy. All right, some fast and furious action here this afternoon. Getting it started. Okay, Axels of Annihilation with 1 skater in the penalty box. We have a little bit of a deficit in the pack. It's like Little Regulator and Pork Chop. Little Regulator quickly through, taking lead jammer, but Pork Chop Slamwich also out and fast on the end. Oh, and a big hit there, Big Bang Fury. Little Regulator with nowhere to go though, and a nice recycle there. 1057 is She-Ra Powers. Working magic over there on Little Regulator. Brute trying to run some offense here for Little Regulator, but no luck. Arch rival defense really doing a good job of recycling. And the knockout there. And big long recycle there on Little Regulator. Meanwhile, Pork Chop Slamwich with nowhere to go either. Ripley, Brute, and Big Bang Fury really holding the line here on the top of turn 4. And Little Regulator now through for And Brute headed to the penalty box. I did not see that call. And slammed through now. And there's the time run out. I would like to thank a couple of our sponsors. Our jam line is being brought to you by the Jam on Hawthorne. Portland's best vegan-friendly, booze-friendly, kid-friendly, omnivore-friendly, everybody-friendly breakfast. That's the Jam on Hawthorne. It's like two skaters in the penalty box now for AOA. Quick work of it made by Swanson and the arch rival. Evangelical on the track. Swanson working hard. Now one to beat and through quickly. Penalty box emptying out a little bit. And Swanson through once again, scoring more points for arch rival. And our penalty box now empty, so teams are at full strength here. Oh, and a forearm penalty then called. Dez, I believe, over there. And Helical makes it around the outside. Another penalty headed to the boxes, Brute. So once again, this next jam will start with two Axels of Annihilation skaters in the penalty box. We'd like to thank a couple more of our sponsors here. Rebel Heart Therapy, individual and relational therapy for Portland's black sheep and unicorns. That's Rebel Heart Therapy. It looks like we have Spring Roll and Vicious Van Gogo as our jammers here. And looks like a forearm called on Vicious Van Gogo, so we'll have a power jam. Oh, and also an extra penalty looks like is called. We'll have to get clarification on it. Meanwhile, Spring Roll now through as lead jammer. The pack is trying to speed up. A lot of action here going on. It's like couple skaters coming and going. Wow, Spring Roll, nice move on the outside. Passing the pack. And Spring Roll run out there by 6:18. That's Cruella. And Brute trying to run some offense now for Spring Roll. Dad Bot in the mix over there, nice knockout. Big run back here by arch rival. Arch rival doing a nice job of recycling here. It's like the jammer, Vicious Van Gogo, back out of the penalty box and engaging the pack here. Back straightaway action. And Vicious Van Gogo now through on the initial pass. And a cut track called on Spring Roll. So the last few seconds of this jam here will be a power jam for Vicious Van Gogo. And there's the time run out. So this will be a power start then for arch rival as Spring Roll will be in the penalty box to start this next jam, as well as a blocker. So we have a depleted pack here. Whoa, some nice moves there by Bricktator, taking the lead jammer position. Oh, and Bricktator nicely through the pack there. Nice block. That might be Bricktator. I can't see the number of that Rose player. Great job, though, slowing down Bricktator. But now through again. Oh, and an apex jump there. Killer Burger apex jump by Bricktator. And spring roll now back out of the penalty box and through the pack. Oh, some nice defense run there. That was Gray's lobotomy on the back straight there with a great defense. And we'd like to thank Zoom Care. It's the health care you need when, where, and how you need it. ZoomCare.com. Swanson and Trinity are our jammers here this time out. Nowhere to go on the back straight. And with that said, Swanson is your lead jammer. And Trinity working against that tripod of St. Louis players. Looks like Shira Powers, Dad Bod and company doing a great job of defense there once again. And Trinity comes trying to break through for some, oh, that was Gaffney, sorry. And another big run back here, Dad Bod on Trinity. And another one from Brute. Brute and Carl and company there holding back Swanson. Oh, it's a grind out there, folks. Trinity trying to push forward here, one to beat now. But that one to beat is Shira Powers, doing a great job of one-on-one defense. Finally having to let Trinity go. And there's the jam. Ooh, that was a lot of work. And so after 10 jams now, our score AOA 24 and arch rival 51. Just under 13 minutes to go here. Clock's not running. We have an official timeout. And like all of our timeouts, they're being brought to you by Rose City's Realtor. That's Welcome to PDX. Hey, Derby fans, don't forget to help us make our sponsors happy. Snap, post, and tag hashtag RCR sponsor. You could be VIP tickets winners for one of our upcoming games. All right, back at it. Looks like we have Darth Molly for AOA and High Roller, I believe. Oh, I'm not sure of that. Yep, 89 is High Roller for Arch, and they are lead jammer. Oh, that's 89 Hart being called for a penalty. We have a power jam now. I didn't see the call there. A power jam now for Darth Molly, though. Arch rival doing a great job of stymieing this penalty here. Gotta pick it up. And Darth Molly with the leap there. Okay, now Darth Molly. Oh, and a nice apex hop there from Hart out of the penalty box, but not quite. Oh, and a big hit. Another nice recycle from Arch rival. And there's our jam running out of time. All right, looks like this time up we have little regulator for the Axels and pork chop sandwich. Once again for Arch rival. Really nowhere to go. Both of these jammers, both of these defenses are just really rock solid tonight. Well, I guess it's this afternoon, sorry. It's like number 15, Bolt Action, headed to the penalty box there for Arch rival. Meanwhile, little regulator, nowhere to go here, Dadbot and company. Oh, and a quick find inside, nice work. 37 there, Swagatha coming in to blast through and help little regulator make it through. And Chop now through as well. And there's little regulator all through and a quick call off. And a late call, a penalty call there. It was on an Axel skater, I believe. So we have one of each in the penalty box, the Laughing Planet penalty box. Nobody's laughing about it. And it looks like it'll be Evangelical for the Axels of Annihilation and Swanson this time for Arch rival as our jammers. Oh, nice, really nice work out of the penalty box there. Bolt Action with a great block to spring their jammer through. Swanson now lead jammer. Meanwhile, Evangelical working against the 4-pack up front here. And Swanson finding the inside line once again. Really nice work. Bolt Action out there really tearing it up. Some great defense here. Kay Woodward and company. Evangelical nowhere to go. Meanwhile, Swanson through once again. Only 3 this time. Through. Oh, and Swanson finding the inside, but chipped out there at the last minute. Gray's lobotomy with a nice run out there. And Swanson making it through once again. And a star pass now. He's got to be Gray's lobotomy as your jammer of note now for Axels, and they quickly through. No points though. Good call it. Looks like we have another timeout. This timeout, as always, brought to you by Rose City Rollers Realtor. Welcome to PDX. And we'd also like to thank our exclusive protection gear sponsor for Rose City Rollers. That's 187 killer pads, often imitated, never duplicated. Stick with the best. And Derby fans, don't forget to head down to the Plow Stop Bar and get yourself some Two-Town cider, maybe a Liquid Death or a Rogue Ale in spirit. Check it out at the Plow Stop. Oh, and Derby fans, I've just been told that if you neglected to pay for parking, you might want to do that at halftime. Apparently there's some tickets being issued, so if you didn't pay for parking, you need to go do that. All right, welcome back for Jam 14 here. Spring Roll and Vicious Van Gogh will be our jammers here. Looks like both teams are at full strength. And a forearm called on Big Bang Fury right in front of the crowd here, headed to the penalty box for Axels. And Spring Roll, meanwhile, through the pack, takes lead jammer now for Axels of Annihilation. Meanwhile, Gaffney and Brute working their wonder on Vicious Van Gogh, but now through on their initial pass. And Spring Roll back in the pack once again up against Dad Bod there. And Spring Roll making it through. Oh, and Vicious Van Gogh hitting the pack hard. And Vicious Van Gogh now through scoring some points. Oh, Spring Roll with a nice hop there, not quite. And the call off. Nice killer burger apex hop there. We would like to thank WSL Leadership Coaching, helping you be more awesome in your work, sport, and life. That's WSL Leadership Coaching. All right, back for Jam 15 here. Looks like Trinity, I believe, for the Axels of Annihilation. And Bricktator quickly through on the inside. Getting lead jammer for arch rival. Number 22, Habanero Romero headed to the penalty box. And Bricktator going for the apex jump. Killer burger apex jump. Oh, it's going to happen again. Bricktator just a hop on the inside this time. It looks like Ripley there waiting this time for Axels of Annihilation. And Trinity now through on the initial pass for Axels. And there's your call off from Brick Taylor. Making nonprofit and small business workplaces better. Check out our friends at Sasquatch HR. That's sasquatchr.org. And Swanson and Darth Molly once again is our jammers here. Swanson through on the outside, takes lead jammer. And looks like bolt action headed to the penalty box for Arch. Darth Molly being run back there by 1900. Draggy. And Shira Powers seems to be everywhere here this morning. And a nice long recycle here on Swanson by Axels of Annihilation. And a nice little chip out at the end there. Big Bang Fury recovering. Oh, and a high block from Big Bang Fury headed out. Swanson engaging the pack once again. All right. Okay, and there's an official review called by Arch Rival. And like always, our timeouts and official reviews and whatever have you, brought to you by Rose City's Realtor. Welcome to PDX. Hey, Derby fans, just want to remind you, you too can become a Rose City volunteer. Help make bouts and skate-mobile events awesome. Go to rosecityrollers.com/volunteer. You can join us at the hangar. It's awesome.
The black team was looking for the high block to be upgraded to a expulsion. Upon review, that will not happen. The review is lost.
All right, very good. Thank you, Mr. Official. I'd like to thank all of our officials today It's going to be a long day, long weekend for them. We appreciate their coming out and helping keep our skaters safe and making the games fun and fair. And once again, it looks like Hart for Arch and a little regulator now for the Axels. And Hart making it through on the inside, takes lead jammer. Looks like Lily Pate headed to the penalty box for the Axels for a forearm penalty. And an Arch skater headed to the penalty box as well, 5, 6, 7. Splatter. Some defense being played up front there. Nowhere to go for a little regulator or Hart. And Hart finds a seam and makes it through. Little regulator now, one to beat. But they've recycled now, once again. Little regulator does make it through now on the initial pass. All right, so that makes it halftime. Don't forget, fans, if you did not pay for parking, go pay for parking. It's required. You got to get it done. They're going to get a big old ticket if you didn't do it. So go do that. Hit up our merch booth, snacks out back, adult beverages, regular beverages, whatever. Check it out. We'll see you back here in about 15 minutes.
Please, please, please come down now. Don't be scared, I only want to help you down. Throw down the ladder, I'll climb up the tree. Find your feet, follow me. Take your time, there's no rush. Pace yourself, just focus on the two of us. Fight back your worry, I'll show you the way.
Okay, Derby fans, welcome back. Hope everybody got what they needed done at halftime, went and paid for parking. Hopefully. Get back started here. Your halftime score was Axels 38 and arch rival 99. Looks like our Laughing Planet penalty box is empty here to start second half. And once again, we have Swanson for arch rival and Little Regulator for Axels of Annihilation. And Swanson through on the inside. Not sure how they got through there. I saw a low hole. And Little Regulator now working the outside. And makes it. And there's your call off. Little Regulator coming in hot. Hey, we'd like to thank Black Cat Plumbing, your local neighborhood plumbing company and proud sponsor of Rose City since pretty much forever. That's Black Cat Plumbing. And Spring Roll and Vicious Van Gogh will be our jammers on this one. Penalty box still clear. And Vicious Van Gogh with a nice move to the inside takes lead jammer now for arch rival. And Spring Roll being recycled. Spring Roll now working against the whole lineup of arch rival, all four blockers. Meanwhile, Big Bang Fury was the last hope there. Vicious Van Gogh making it through. And Spring Roll now finds the seam on the outside and gets through. And there's your call off. Vicious Van Gogh from the deck. All right, it looks like Trinity and Bricktator, once again, as our jammers for this third jam of the second half of our opening game here at Hometown Throwdown. Some great roller derby action already here in this first game, and a lot to come in this weekend. Oh, the bench was getting excited there for arch rival. Dadbot headed to the penalty box. Oh, Bricktator being run out of bounds over there. Habanero Romero and company. Dex. Oh. Some really nice defense over there. Dez, once again with a nice run out. Ripley also in the mix. Lily Pate. Oh, but Bricktator finds a hole on the outside of the backstretch and is through, scoring the points. And Bricktator hitting the pack, and Ripley with a nice recycle. Meanwhile, Trinity with nowhere to go here, this arch rival defense. Once again anchored by Dad Bob. And Cruella also in there on the offense. And Trinity now through on the initial pass. Bricktator working hard on the inside, and there's the call. And Swanson and Trinity once again as our jammers here, getting high rotation. Big scrum right here in front of the crowd. One arch skater in the Laughing Planet penalty box. No laughing matter over there. But they do have great food, just saying. And penalty box now empty. It's like Swanson being recycled there. Brute headed to the penalty box. And Swanson quickly through on the inside after that penalty swap. It's like Darth Molly with nowhere to go. That arch rival defense once again. 567 over there, the splatter. And Swanson around the outside. It's a big old derby pile up in the back there. Back straight, right in front of the benches. And Darth Molly almost through with the last second run out there by Dad Bod. And Swanson making it through on the outside. And there's the time run out. Hey, Derby fans, I'd like to remind you we're having a raffle today. $1,000 value for this raffle. Bont Quad Star setup worth $400 in that basket. Set of 10 homemade cards, 187 killer pads, 888 Moxie skate helmet. Well, there's all kinds of stuff. I'll tell you more later. Back to Derby. Little regulator once again, and Hart for arch rival. Hart working the inside. And Hart makes it through, right through the middle of the pack there to take lead jammer for the arch rival. And a little regulator now with some help from Lily Pate. Blasted open a huge hole on the top of turn 3 there, too. Oh, and Hart with the falling down call off. That was awesome. All right, back to this raffle basket. There's a house plant, Wordle board game, Wheels of Justice t-shirt, 5-stride ACAB cat tank top large size, Next Adventure gift card, cat puzzle. There's 8 sugar-free Red Bulls in there. That's worth it. Go buy some tickets. And spring roll once again for AOA and spring roll, lead jammer. Pork chop sandwich also through now, about a quarter track behind. It's like spring roll, engaging the pack. And there's the call off from spring roll. All right, just a few more things about that raffle basket. Wheels of Justice block print, Barbie stickers, Wheels of Justice sticker set, Rosebuds gear spray, Bath and Body Works hand sanitizer. $1,000. Get your raffle tickets. We'll be pulling the winning ticket this evening at the marquee game. So get your raffle tickets. All right, penalty box clear once again. Trinity for the Axels and Swanson for arch rival, our jammers. The big recycle there on Trinity from Axels. Bolt action with them, nice work. She-Ra Powers for arch rival, just seems to be everywhere. The power of Gray Skull. And Swanson makes it through to take lead jammer. Wow, this defense here for arch rival Cruella, Bolt, and She-Ra seems to be impenetrable. Both teams trying to play some offense with no luck. And the star pass now, Habanero Romero will be our jammer, but stepping out of bounds when that happened. And She-Ra Powers headed to the penalty box there for arch rival on the back straight. Habanero Romero once again. And a cut track called. Entered the track too soon there. Ripley headed to the penalty box. We'll have a power jam now for Swanson for the last 22 seconds here. Oh, and Swanson steps out of bounds. Nice work. Oh. Looks like a call off there. They're going to ice those players in the penalty box. We will have a power start and a pack deficit for Axels on this next jam. 187 killer pads worn by the most pros in the world. If you skate, you know why. Get them 187 killer pads. And we have another timeout. So that timeout, as always, brought to you by Rose City's Realtor. Welcome to PDX. Check out our friends if you're thinking about moving to Portland. You know you are, if you don't already live here. Check out our friends. Deb Counts Tabor at Welcome to PDX at welcometopdx.com. All right, here we go. Power start now for Vicious Van Gogh. Both teams with two players in the penalty box to start this jam. Vicious Van Gogh now working against Little Regulator, who's our pivot on this one. And Brute, one to beat now, Brute. Oh, and a penalty called on Brute, so Vicious Van Gogh is through as your lead jammer. Penalty box emptying out a little bit. So Habanero Romero back out of the penalty box and engaging the pack. She-Ra Powers in the back here. Oh, vicious Van Gogh with the outside. Bolt action headed to the penalty box once again for Arch. And it looks like we have a star pass. Now, a little regulator will be our jammer now for Axels. And there's the call off. We'd like to thank a couple more of our sponsors this afternoon. Portland Vital Signs, Reverend's Barbecue, Porque No Taqueria, and Two Rivers Mortgage. Thank you guys for being sponsors. Arch rival with one in the box, and quickly Darth Molly takes lead jammer. And Bricktator now through as well. Just about a half a track behind. Darth Molly engaging the pack, one to beat. Oh, Darth Molly low and under. There's the call off. So it looks like we'll have Swanson and Spring Roll as our jammers once again, as one skater for Arch in the penalty box. A little bit of a pack advantage here for Axels of Annihilation. Spring Roll working the inside. And Spring Roll makes it through on the inside, taking lead jammer now for Axels. Meanwhile, Swanson with nowhere to go, Big Bang Fury, Brute and company. Might be Trinity over there, 39. Gaffney also in the mix. Swanson now through. There's the call off from Spring Roll. Hey, we'd like to thank 888, the certified sweat saver, developed, tested, and trusted by the best. That's the certified sweat saver from 888. And once again, Hart and Little Regulator are jammers here. Hart blasting through on the inside, taking lead jammer. Little Regulator now working the outside, but pushed out of bounds there. Splatter. Splatter doing a great job of one-on-one on Little Regulator here. There it is. And we have a star pass. Gray's Lobotomy will now be our jammer of note. And there's the quick call off from Hart. Just under 13 minutes to go here in our first game of Hometown Throwdown. Hope everybody's going to stay around for the rest of the games this afternoon. A lot more great derby action coming up. And pork chop sandwich for arch rival at Trinity. And chop. Making it through for lead jammer now. Got a forearm called there on Brute, headed to the penalty box for AOA. And chop through and scoring points now. And chop through once again. And Trinity now through on the initial pass. Putting the star back on. And there's your call off. Hey, we'd like to remind Derby fans, our friends, Dallas Derby Devils are hosting the Clover Cup, March of 2024 in North Richland Hills, Texas. So if you're in the Texas area this spring, be sure to hit it up, the Clover Cup, Dallas Derby Devils. And this time we have Darth Molly once again for Axels and Swanson. Having a big day jamming for Swanson. One to beat here. Swanson, oh, and a nice run out there. And a penalty called. Gray's lobotomy on that penalty call. Swanson now working in the pack against Dez Habanero Romero and Lily Pate. One to beat now. Dez. Swanson making it through, scoring the points for arch rival. Darth Molly with the long recycle here, 904. Aaron Go Brawl with that nice recycle. And there's your star pass once again. That'll be Gray's lobotomy now for the Axels of Annihilation. There's the call off, Swanson. Hey, Derby fans, if you got a youngster who wants to spend winter break with Rose City at a junior roller derby camp, December 18th through the 22nd. Register now at rosecityrollers.com. All the stuff is there, rosecityrollers.com. And once again, Spring Roll and Vicious Van Gogh are our jammers here for the 14th jam of the second half. And Vincent Van Gogh quickly through. Takes lead jammers for arch rival. Meanwhile, Spring Roll working the line. She-Ra Powers headed to the penalty box for arch. Oh, and a high block called on Spring Roll. So we have a power jam now for Vincent Van Gogh. There's the call off. And quickly around the outside is Bricktator taking lead jammer for Rose City. Bricktator through on the inside, taking the points. Spring roll back out of the penalty box now and engaging the pack. She-Ra Powers with some nice defense. As well as Lux Furious there. Really nice defense by Arch. And Bricktator, nice move to stay in bounds, scoring the points. And it looks like She-Ra Powers headed to the penalty box again for a forearm. Spring roll now through on the initial pass. Hey, Derby fans, be sure to support Black Diaspora Roller Derby by making a donation. Get out your phones and scan the QR code that's on the screen now. It's up on the scoreboard. Scan that next time it comes up. And Little Regulator quickly through on the outside, takes lead jammer for Axels. And Hart, meanwhile, now through on the inside, just about a lap behind. Little Regulator making it through. And they're going to run it. Hart now engaging the pack. Some nice defense there. Dad bod with a big recycle here on Little Regulator. We got a big recycle a train going on. Meanwhile, Hart now through and scoring points for Arch. Hey, if you're inspired to start playing roller derby, register for Rose City Rollers Adult Intro to Derby Series at rosecityrollers.com/join. Come on out and get your roller derby on. And once again, Pork Chop Slamwich and Trinity will be our jammers here. Penalty box is empty. Nobody laughing over there in the penalty box. Well, nowhere to go here. Both teams with lockdown defenses, as has been the thing all game. Jammers are in the sad place. It's like 5, 6, 7 Splatter headed to the penalty box for Arch. Wow. Some really punishing defense here. 7-1-8. Lux Furious headed to the penalty box too, as well. So it's like Gray's lobotomy trying to spring Trinity loose, but no luck. She-Ra Powers and Kay Woodward. Really some awesome defense here. And Trinity now makes it through on the inside. Trinity is designated lead jammer, and then recycled. Oh, that was a punishing jam there. Both teams with punishing defense. All right, Arch with one skater in the penalty box to start this jam. And it looks like Swanson and Darth Molly will be our jammers once again. Swanson working the outside, Darth Molly the in. Swanson on the outside now makes it through. Habanero Romero called on a penalty on that. Swanson is our lead jammer. Darth Molly still working against the pack here in the front of the stands. And Swanson through on the inside with a little apex hop. And Darth Molly now one to beat. Looks like Arch is recovered. And Swanson scoring points. And a star pass now. Habanero Romero will be our jammer for Axels. And Habanero Romero making it through. And the call off, no points scored. All right, that brings us to the unofficial end of this first game here of Hometown Throwdown. We'll wait for the official score here. Great game, awesome defense by both squads, really. All right, there's the whistle. So I believe that'll be our score. Axels of Annihilation 55 and arch rival 202. There it is, the final score. Once again, arch rival 202 and Axels 55. Be sure to stay with us. Join us for the next game. It'll be Angel City matching up with VRDL. That ought to be a great game as well. So join us here in just a few minutes for that one. We'll see you back here in a little bit. Thank you for joining.
Lean on me, you know it's gonna be okay. If I do, you can do it too. Try to, you can do it just like me. First foot down on the count of 3, 'cause if I do, you can do it too. Try to, you can do it just like me. Sun's gone west, time for bed. Take my hand, don't look over the edge. Give me your troubles, I won't let you fall. I won't let you fall. Step by step, we gon' make it through the door. If I do, you can do it too. Try to, you can do it just like me. First foot down on the count of 3, 'cause if I do, you can do it too. Try to, you can do it just like